Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back with something different. This is a request. This was requested multiple times by the same person. I think it was the same person. It's called 6 Months in 6 Minutes 2020 so far. I don't know what this is. I think it might be like kind of like a news thing, but we're gonna check it out and see what it's all about. Should be quite interesting,
Now to Australia, where they're facing those
Those
massive
wildfires.
fires, already among the worst in that country's history, with more than 12 million acres scorched.
Been labelled the worst fire season ever recorded, an apocalypse, a nightmare,
crazy.
and like looking into the gates of hell.
Chinese health authorities are still working to identify the virus behind a pneumonia outbreak in the central city of Wuhan.
Today, the Senate impeachment trial is here.
Very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant
Was among 5 people killed when a helicopter crashed and caught fire in Southern California.
Please, rest in peace, little brother.
This is where a U.S. military strike took out Qasem Soleimani, the leader of Iran's elite Quds force.
On Tuesday, it looked like the U.S. and Iran were on the brink of war.
Ukrainian International Airlines Flight 752 was late.
Iran now admitting it shot down a Ukrainian passenger plane by mistake.
The mystery virus started here in the city of Wuhan.
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
Trophy for the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. The Major League Baseball cheating scandal sending shockwaves around the world. Different about using technology.
The U.S. Senate has found President Trump not guilty. Cases of novel coronavirus infections continue to increase across the
Yeah,
globe.
43
We now
at that
have
time.
a name for the disease, and it is COVID-19.
I think, for most investors here, it's going to be a short-term phenomenon.
Fears that the coronavirus have spurred a record-breaking sell-off on Wall Street. The World Health Organization says the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 worldwide has surpassed 100,000.
Tom Brady officially a member of the Buccaneers.
Looking at what we're seeing now, I would say between 100 and 200,000 cases, but I don't want to be held to that because it's deaths.
The National Basketball Association is saying they are suspending the 2019-2020 season following the completion of tonight's game.
The NHL just announcing that they are pausing the season due to the coronavirus.
Major League Baseball announced Friday that spring training camps will be suspended effective immediately. COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The 2020 Summer Olympics, now the latest major sports cancellation caused by the global COVID-19 pandemic.
Tonight, as the toll rises to staggering levels, reports the U.S. has surpassed China with over 80,000 since the start of the outbreak.
The worldwide total of confirmed COVID-19 cases now surpassing 1 million.
Chinese authorities have revised up the number of fatalities there due to COVID-19 by 50%.
At least 33 people killed across 6 states by the severe storms.
Canadian authorities say a gunman killed more than a dozen people over a 12-hour rampage in Nova Scotia.
They now say 22 people were killed.
683 lives lost in Italy today alone.
A staggering number, the worst number of people unemployed since the Great Depression.
The United States now, where more than 30 million people have now filed for unemployment benefit.
Many of these protesters didn't follow social distancing guidelines you see there as they were demanding that the governor's stay-at-home order disappear.
The White House and many state governors are clashing on when to ease the lockdowns.
U.S. oil prices plunged below zero on Monday, hitting a new record low.
Our team of experts now agrees that we can begin the next front in our war, which we're calling opening up America again.
Kim Jong-un has appeared in public for the first time in 20 days after escalating rumors about his health and whether he was even still alive. Killer hornets invading the U.S. and Canada.
We have seen and taken a picture of a black hole.
At least 16 people are dead after 2 gunmen stormed a maternity ward in Afghanistan.
Brazil could become the next hotspot of the COVID-19 outbreak.
The number of deaths here in the United States has just crossed 100,000.
We are keeping a close eye on the protest tonight following the death of George Floyd.
I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters.
I just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker. It's on fire! Shit.
Overnight, a group of people tore down the George Washington statue.
These people are idiots. For real.
Police on the left! Police on the left! Police on the left!
5, 4, 3,
Oh,
2,
this was a big
1,
one.
0. Ignition. Liftoff.
20 Indian soldiers have been killed fighting with Chinese troops on a disputed border region, according to the Indian Army and government sources.
There's been a setback in the fight against COVID-19 in many parts of the world. Florida is one of 33 states seeing a spike in COVID-19 cases.
First, though, nearly 9,000 new coronavirus cases in the state of Florida, smashing the previous record of 5,500.
We begin tonight with 2 grim global milestones. Confirmed cases of COVID-19 have surpassed the 10 million mark, while the virus has now killed 500,000 people.
Wow. That was pretty good.
It was rather depressing. 6 minutes of negativity.
No, I mean it's.
We don't normally talk about stuff like this on the show, but I guess it's it's just so negative. I hate to talk about negativity, but it's facts. It's like I forgot about the Kobe Bryant thing. That was pretty bad, and then obviously the George Floyd thing was quite terrible, and the protesting was just unbelievable. Which I mean,
I think about the protests, and I think people obviously have the right to protest, but I don't think burning down places and tearing statues down, I don't think that's really appropriate. And people should just demonstrate safely and healthy, so that way, obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic, so the cases don't really go up, and states don't see surges, even though states are rolling back lockdowns. And
yeah, I think overall, I mean, it's had waves only in July, and we still have 5.5 more months to go in this year. This has been just like the worst year I can think of overall since that I know of, like on record, with so many terrible things happening all at the same time. Kobe Bryant dies, the George Floyd thing, the protesting, pandemic, the wildfires down in Australia. There's just so much bad has happened this year. But hopefully, maybe it'll be a wake up call for not just the United States, but I think for the entire world to get their act together. There's just, so many bad things. Like the pandemic right now is so. I mean, Florida's now averaging 10 to 11,000 people a day getting sick. And this was back at they're showing the numbers when this happened. When this person made the video, how low the numbers were compared to what they are now. You would think by now things should be a lot better than they're not. I mean, where we are, it's relatively a lot calmer. We're in the north, so it's the
it's not as bad.
Yeah, it's not tens of thousands of people getting sick every day anymore. Only average I think
100 cases a day.
Yeah, no, it's 100 to 200 people a day now,
which isn't that bad. Which is pretty good. It's better than like 1,000 or 5,000 cases a day.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much like the protesting. There's like worldwide. I never seen anything like that before in my life. Like not just this country, but every country protesting for the same reasons. It's just so much. I mean, it makes you a lot of stuff I kind of forgot about. I'm not big. I don't watch the news that much because you don't know who to really believe, who's telling you the truth, and it's kind of hard to see. But like the protest, you could see it was on on live TV when that was happening. So you believe that because you can watch it and see what's actually happening. And with all the social media people recording everything. I mean, when George Floyd was killed, I mean, there's too much being recorded firsthand now because of technology, whatever. So I think people hopefully will wake up and try to change things.
I agree.
Overall, this video, I mean, I know person wanted us to watch this video. It was quite negative. I'm not. I try to be positive, so I see everything. Put into 6 minutes of, it's a little rough to watch all that. So just kind of reminded how how things have been so far for the last 6 months or so. Hopefully, this country will start to turn things around. I think between the protesting and the pandemic, hopefully things will get better with both situations.
Yeah.
You never know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so I think that's gonna wrap up this video. So if you guys have any comments, put them down below. As always, hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.